CHI dealer in Northeast Wisconsin. With over 40 years in business, Modern Overhead Door guarantees a fast and hassle-free installation. Call today, replace today with CHI Garage Doors from Modern Overhead Door.
Buckle up, big boy.
It's Team Lisa versus Team Gordon.
She can fan the pump off.
We're done.
Food Stars, season premiere Wednesday on Fox.
The Fox 11 Severe Weather Index is high. Keep watching for live team updates.
From the Alex from backstage at Sony Picture Studios, this is Jeopardy! Please welcome today's contestants. The verification specialist from Lakewood, Ohio, Chris D'Amico. A CPA, originally from Burlington, Vermont, Sam Spar. And our returning champion, a grocery clerk from Prescott, Arizona, Grant DeYoung, whose 4-day cash winnings total $81,203. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Ted Jennings.
Thank you, Johnny. Welcome to Jeopardy, folks. Our returning champion, Grant DeYoung, is here today hoping to lock up his invitation to the next Tournament of Champions with a 5th win. That would make him our 4th official qualifier of the season. So a lot is on the line for Grant today, as it is for his challengers, Sam and Chris. Good luck, everybody. With a Jeopardy victory at stake, let's take a look at your categories in the first round. We begin with Here Comes the Sun. Then we have the New York Times. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, some expensive graduation gifts for you then, followed by Perfectly Unbalanced, and finally, double-letter Broadway summaries. Grant, what appeals?
Perfectly Unbalanced for 8.
Answer.
The Daily Double.
You don't have any money, Grant, but of course you can wager up to 1,000.
Let's do 1,000, Ken.
Here's your clue in Perfectly Unbalanced. Industrial workers of the world, give us this unsteady word for a member of that group.
What's a
What's
wobbly?
a wobbly?
The wobbly.
Yeah.
Yes, you're on board.
Perfectly Unbalanced
Perfectly
1.
Unbalanced 1,000.
Compared to the left circle, the right shape is this. Also an adjective for warfare pitting outnumbered insurgents against armies. That would be asymmetric warfare.
Asymmetric
Grant?
warfare.
Graduation gifts, 8.
Graduation gifts with 8.
Grammy and Grampy bought you this California company, the first to hit the $3 trillion valuation mark in 2023. How thoughtful. They bought you Apple, the whole company. Grant, back to you.
Expensive graduation gifts, 1,000.
1,000.
For your wall, we shelled out 8 figures for 1962's L'Arc de Triomphe by this artist who lived mostly in Brussels, not Paris. It's Belgium's René Magritte.
René
Grant?
Magritte.
Back at the ranch for
Back at the
600.
ranch for 600.
John Parker began his ranching dynasty in Hawaii in 1816 when he was given 2 acres on the slopes of this, the state's highest peak. Grant?
What's Mauna Loa?
No.
One.
What is Diamond Head?
Also incorrect.
One.
Sam is not going to try it. So close, Grant, but it's Mauna Kea that's taller. You select.
Back at the ranch for 8.
Back at the
This
ranch for
movie
600.
cowboy and his wife Dale raised Palomino, Tennessee walkers on his Double R Bar Ranch near Victorville, California. Chris?
Roy Rogers.
Who is Roy Rogers?
That's correct.
New York Times.
New York Times for
600.
600?
It's been the 7-word motto of the New York Times since 1896.
What's all the
Grant.
news that fits to print?
What's all the news that's fit to print?
That's it.
New York Times for 800.
New York Times for 800.
Working for the Times, Sidney Schanberg and Dith Pran's collaboration in Cambodia led to a Pulitzer Prize and this 1984 film.
What's the Killing Fields?
What's the bridge on the River Kwai?
No, I'm sorry. Chris,
What is The Killing Fields?
that's the right film.
New York Times for 1,000, please.
1,000.
In 1972, the Times won a Pulitzer Prize for the publication of this top-secret study of America's involvement in Vietnam.
What are the Pentagon Papers?
What are the Pentagon Papers?
Correct.
Here Comes the Sun for
Here Comes the Sun
600.
for 600.
Genghis's kid Ogode was chosen over other sons to lead this empire, which would later expand across all Persia and China.
What is Monaco?
What's the Mongol?
Yes.
Here Comes
Give
the
us
Sun,
for
8.
800.
Britannica says this man, Feast, possessed a good measure of his father's literary fecundity, but their work was very different.
What Dumas?
And?
What's Dumas?
Yes.
Here Comes the
Give
Sun,
us Sun
1,000.
for 1,000.
They're the 3 first names, or initials, fine, of J.S. Bach's most famous son, whose work bridges his father's time and Mozart's. Grant.
What's JCS?
No, I'm sorry.
One.
Sam or Chris? You were hearing CPE, Bach, Carl Philip Emanuel.
Bach,
Grant?
okay.
Perfectly unbalanced for 6.
Perfectly unbalanced for 6.
Nothing to do with Scottish fashion. Being off this 6-letter word means uneven.
With kilter.
Chris?
What is kilter?
That's it.
Perfectly imbalanced for 4.
For 400.
These two words that combine to form a playground device both imply unsteadiness.
With
Chris,
What
teeter
is
totter.
helter skelter?
One.
Grant?
What's seesaw?
One.
Sam?
What is teeter-totter?
Teeter and totter, you're on the board.
200, perfectly unbalanced, please.
Perfectly unbalanced with 200.
As a noun, it refers to a property put up for sale. As an adjective, it describes an unsteady ship. That word is listing.
Listing. Okay. Time to take a commercial break.
D'Amico is a verifications specialist from Lakewood, Ohio. But I want to hear about your website, Chris. It sounds like you enjoy puzzles.
I write a puzzle every day. It's called Solve and Smile. I have my own site. I publish a puzzle every day. It's a short form acrostic puzzle, about half the size of the standard acrostic. Mm-hmm. Every finished grid is the 1 or 2 line joke. Initials of the clue spell out the name of the comic.
You solve and smile. I get it.
Exactly it.
I'm going to check it out. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Sam Spar, originally from Burlington, Vermont, is a CPA now, but in the past you did something even more glamorous, right? You were in the music business.
Sort of, yeah. So a couple of friends of mine back in college years ago had the idea to make a web series called Subway Sessions, where we would take bands, some well-known, some less so, and bring them down into the New York subway and have them perform acoustic for everyone that happened to be commuting that day.
Like in the station or on the train?
The station.
Better acoustics, right?
Yeah, a little bit easier to control.
That's a great idea.
Thanks.
Grant DeYoung is our returning champion, a grocery clerk from Prescott, Arizona. Grant, you've taken us for over $80,000 at this point. Have you thought about what you might do with all that money?
Some idea, Ken. Coming up on 3 years of marriage, getting married in June 2021. Still a lot of uncertainty as far as everything. So we kept the honeymoon small with a trip to romantic Tombstone, Arizona.
Nice.
So, and with all the stuff my wife's put up with prep for the show, I think the least we can do is something together. I think Italy would be a lot of fun. She has roots there, and I could eat some food there. So.
Well, You already have enough money for that, but you may be winning more. We'll see what happens. Currently, you're in third, and Sam has control of the board. Go ahead and choose a category and a dollar amount, Sam.
Okay, double letter Broadway summaries for 400, please.
A milkman in the village of Anatevka faces modern challenges to his traditional ways.
Was Fiddler on the
Grant.
Roof?
Fiddler on the Roof.
That's the show.
Back at the Ranch, 1,000.
1,000.
The only home D.H. Lawrence and his wife ever owned was their ranch near this New Mexico town, known as an artist's colony.
What Tail?
Grant.
What's Taos?
Good for 1,000.
Double letter Broadway summaries, 6.
Albus Potter teams up with Scorpius Malfoy in a spellbinding journey through time and space.
Was Harry
Grant.
Potter the
What's
Cursed Child?
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
You're correct.
Double letter Broadway summaries, 8.
Double letter Broadway summaries,
Cinderella,
600.
Jack of Beanstalk fame, and others all learn to be careful what they wish for.
Was Into the Woods?
Grant.
What's Into the Woods?
That's right.
Double letter Broadway
Double
summaries,
letter Broadway
1,000.
summaries,
A
1,000.
princess has bedding-based sleeping trouble.
Was Once Upon a
Chris,
Mattress?
What is Once Upon a Mattress?
Good for 1,000.
Double letter
Double
Broadway
letter
summaries for 2.
with 200.
A spunky New York City street urchin gets adopted by a wealthy man.
Was Annie?
Sam.
What is Annie?
Yes.
Expensive graduation gifts for 4.
400.
You got 5 A's, so courtesy of Aunt Janie, enjoy an A5 coupe from this German luxury brand.
Was Audi?
Chris.
What is Mercedes-Benz?
No.
Lord.
Grant.
What's Audi?
That's the brand.
Expensive graduation gifts, 6.
600.
Aren't you one of the crybabies, fans of this alliterative female artist? She'll be taking a break from tour to play you some songs. Grant.
What's Lady Gaga?
Lord. We're looking
Sam,
for
Chris?
Melanie Martinez.
It was Melanie Martinez. Back to you, Grant.
Back at the Ranch for 4.
Graduation 400.
In 1954, Steve and Gail Henson bought the Sweetwater Ranch near Santa Barbara, renamed it this, and began making their salad dressing.
Was Hidden
Chris.
Valley?
What is Hidden Valley?
Yes.
New York Times for 400.
New York Times for 400.
In 2017, Jodie Cantor and Megan Twohey broke the story of the sexual harassment that would bring this film producer down.
Was Weinstein?
What's Weinstein?
Correct.
Here Comes the Sun, 4.
Son for 400.
Though Dad only got to live in the White House for less than 5 months, he got a full stay 24 years later.
Was Sean Quincy Adams?
What's John Quincy Adams?
You're correct.
Here Comes the Sun,
Here
2.
comes the Sun for 200.
But not so fast, said Australia, which said no to putting this royal on the $5 bill after he got a big promotion in 2023.
Was King Charles?
Chris.
It was King Charles.
Yes.
New York Times for 200.
Due to a great this, November 9th, 1965, the Times had to use the presses of the Newark Evening News to get its paper out the next morning. Chris.
What is a strike?
Lord.
Grant or
We're
Sam?
looking for a power outage, a
It's a
great
power outage, a
blackout.
great blackout. Chris, 2 clues left.
Back at the Ranch for
Back the
2.
ranch for 200.
Phantom Ranch, the only lodging below the rim of this natural wonder, can be reached on foot, by mule, or raft on the Colorado River.
Was the Grand
Chris,
What is the
Canyon?
Grand Canyon?
That's correct.
And graduation gifts for 2.
200.
First class tickets to this capital of India? Wow! Check out the 340 room Rashtrapati Bhavan, the presidential palace.
Was New Delhi?
Grant,
What's New Delhi?
that is the capital.
And Sam is gonna start first in Double Jeopardy.
Double Jeopardy. Let's show our players the categories. We have some banned books up first, then 5-letter chemistry, an organization with alliteration, followed by TV, a category about 19th century Britain, and finally, I is the only vowel. Sam, make a choice.
I is the only vowel for 800.
This 8-letter adjective describes the timid little kitten seen here. They are very skittish. Sam?
I is the only vowel for 1200.
It took a spark of ingenuity to fashion the prehistoric arrowhead seen here from this hard rock.
Was
Grant.
Flint?
What's flint?
You got it.
5-letter chemistry 12.
1200.
It describes a substance that turns red litmus paper blue and is slippery to the touch. Grant.
What's alkaline?
No, I'm sorry.
What?
Sam or Chris? The 5-letter version of that would be basic. Back to you, Grant.
5-letter chemistry 16.
5-letter chemistry.
It's another name for the
1600.
chemically inactive noble gases.
Was
Grant.
What's inert?
That's correct.
5-letter chemistry 2.
5-letter chemistry for
A type of
1200.
compound formed when an alcohol reacts with an acid. It may get poly. Grant.
What's ester?
Good for 2,000.
What's
Banned books 12.
Banned books for 1200.
This numeric Emily St. John Mandel book finds the traveling symphony playing tunes in a post-apocalyptic America.
Don't know.
It was called Station 11.
Station
Grant?
11.
Banned books for 16?
Banned books for 1600.
Members of the title band in this Taylor Jenkins Reid bestseller include Karen on keyboards and Pete Loving on bass.
Don't know.
What is Daisy Jones and the Six?
Daisy
Back to you,
Jones
Grant.
and Six.
Banned books
Okay.
too?
Banned books
Benny was in a punk band
1000.
long ago, but now is a record producer in her book, A Visit from the Goon Squad.
Don't know.
It's a Pulitzer winner by Jennifer Egan.
Jennifer Egan.
Grant, where to?
Okay.
19th century Britain 12.
Century Britain for
Dramatically
1200.
improving sanitation, engineer Joseph Bazalgette designed and built a network of these under London.
Was sewers.
What are sewers?
Yes.
19th century Britain for 1600.
Artist John Tenniel was famous for his book illustrations and his political cartoons in this humor magazine, first published in 1841.
Was punch.
Chris,
What is punch?
that's it.
19th century Britain for 2000.
1200.
This best-dressed
No,
man of
2000,
early
I'm sorry,
19th century England called his tailor John Weston irreproachable for buttonholes.
Was Bob
Chris,
Who's Bo
Brumwell.
Brummel?
You had 2,000 and are in the lead.
TV for 1200.
In 1998, she played the title role on Moesha and had a #1 hit with the song Have You Ever?
Was Brandy.
Grant.
What's brandy?
Yes, it is.
Organization with alliteration 12.
1200.
The U.S. Marine Corps directs this organization that collects and distributes gifts for kids at Christmas time.
Was Toys for
Grant.
Tots.
What's Toys for Tots?
That's it.
Organization with alliteration 16.
Answer.
Answer.
The Daily Double.
You've taken the lead back from Chris, Grant, but what will you do here?
4,000, please.
Here's your clue in an organization with alliteration. The 7 women who founded this breastfeeding advocacy group in 1956 chose a name that combines English and Spanish.
What's Ladies con leche?
You're close.
We are looking
I
for
would join
La
Ladies Con Leche.
Leche
This is La
League.
Leche League. So you drop back into second place, Grant.
Sounds a lot
TV for
better, actually.
1600.
TV 16.
The gang on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia hangs out at this pub.
Was Perry's
Sam.
Pub.
What is Patty's Pub?
That's right.
TV for
TV for
2000.
2000.
His TV career includes voicing Sonic the Hedgehog in the 90s, as well as playing a certain TV neighbor.
Was Jaleel
Chris.
White.
Jaleel White.
Yes, it is.
I is the only vowel for
I
1600.
fully vowel for 1600.
In philosophy, it's the belief that everything is meaningless and nothing really matters.
Was Healism.
What's nihilism?
Nihilism.
I is the only vowel
I
too.
fully vowel for
It's a
2000.
bend in the shoreline that forms an open bay, like the great Australian one.
Was Bite.
Grant.
What's bite?
Good for 2,000.
Organization with alliteration 2000.
Alliteration for 2000.
In 1924, Robert La Follette ran for U.S. president, representing it. Representing the Progressive Party.
Progressive
Grant.
Party.
5-letter chemistry, 800.
5-letter chemistry for 800.
October 16th, 1846, marked the first public demonstration of a patient inhaling this anesthetic during surgery.
Was
Chris.
Arthur.
What is ether?
Yeah.
Was Arthur.
5-letter chemistry for
5-letter
4.
chemistry for 400.
Join the band and name this alloy of copper and zinc.
Was Brass.
Grant.
What's bronze?
One.
Chris.
What is brass?
Yes.
19th century Britain for 800.
Activist William Wilberforce was cheered in Parliament as an act abolishing this trade became law in 1807.
Was Slave.
Grant.
What's slave?
That's correct.
Banned books
for
8.
800.
Answer there. The other name.
Answer the Daily Double.
It's late in the match and you're trailing, Grant.
Let's do 3,000.
3,000, please.
All right. That would be enough to put you into first place. Your clue in banned books. Salman Rushdie's The Ground Beneath Her Feet merges rock and roll with the myth of this lyre-playing hero.
Was Orpheus.
Orpheus?
You are back in the lead.
Organization with alliteration 800.
800.
Girls with Game 50 is a celebration of this organization's 1974 decision to let girls play with boys. 22 have played in its World Series.
Was Little League.
Grant.
What's baseball?
One.
Sam.
Was Little League?
It is Little League, yes.
TV for 800.
800.
Angus Cloud's character Fezco on this HBO drama about troubled teens was slated for 1 or 2 episodes, but became a fan favorite. On Euphoria, back to you, Sam.
400 TV.
Bartlett's Third State of the Union was a season 2 episode of this series.
Was Veep.
Sam.
What is West Wing?
Yes, it was.
Oh, West Wing.
I is the only vowel for 400.
Deviled eggs, pasta salad, and fried chicken are popular foods for this type of outdoor outing. Grant.
What's a picnic?
What's a
Right.
picnic?
Banned books 4.
Banned books for 400.
In The Mambo Kings Play Songs of Love, 2 Cuban brothers end up playing their song with this sitcom band leader in 1956.
Was Ricky
Chris.
Was Ricky
Ricardo.
Ricardo?
Yes.
Organization with alliteration for 400.
For 400.
Advertise honestly and be transparent are 2 standards an enterprise must meet to earn accreditation from this group.
Was a better business.
What is a Better Business Bureau?
Yo.
That's it. And we'll
Now
finish
last
up.
clue.
He said, oh, bring it on. That's a new one. Designed by Edmund Beckett Dennison, the tower clock, usually known as this, began keeping time May 31st, 1859.
Was Big Ben.
Chris.
What is Big
Was
Ben?
Big Ben.
Big Ben is correct and puts
Final
you into the
Jeopardy
lead by
time.
just $200 as we head into Final Jeopardy. You 3 will be dealing with this category today.
The movies. The movies. The movies is the Final Jeopardy category.
Likely that we'll be seeing you again in next
Oh,
season's Tournament
Grant
of
did
Champions.
not win.
Thank you for joining us today on Jeopardy. We'll see you tomorrow. Sam Spar in the middle came into final with 3,400. What movie did you write down, Sam?
The Shining.
What is The Shining?
What's The Shining?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. They play the ghosts of the Grady sisters. Come and play with us. So you're going to add 1,999, giving you 53.99. Grant DeYoung is in second place with 12,400. Did Grant think of The Shining?
The Shining
He's correct.
also. Yup.
And he wagered
399.
399. So right now he's in the lead by $199. So it comes down to Chris D'Amico. And Grant is hoping he has not seen The Shining lately. Did Chris get it right?
The Shining
He did.
also.
Did he
Yup.
wager enough?
$12,500.
He had to go big. 12,500.